Oh, shit. Ugh. Leave it in. Hey, everybody. How's it hanging, you filthy barbarians? It's me, Bob. Welcome to the third episode of the Hulu Raw review. This is a special Memorial Day episode, okay? Now, if you haven't seen the Hulu Raw review before, it's for people who only watch WWE Raw on Hulu, so they miss out on some stuff you've seen. And in the first episode, I explained why we're doing this. All right. Pardon me if I'm a little bit sweaty. I'm in a New York apartment with the window and door closed and the fan off, and there are children screaming. And if there's one thing that we don't need in wrestling, it's the opinion of the children. Okay, that's not important right now. And I'm sniffly too. I'm sniffly. Okay, we start off Raw with a 10-bell Memorial Day salute. And during this 10-bell salute, John Cena returns. Just there. He was going to return this episode, and he's clearly right there. Thumbs up to him for having the class to put that tribute ahead of the anticipation of his own return. But this is one of those weird things, kind of like the Susan G. Komen breast cancer deal, where it's like, it's great that the heels are coming out and being genuine, but is this part of why the heels have no heat? Like, because we're just always reminded what good people that they also are? Like, so then part of me is, shouldn't the heels be maybe looking at their phone or texting or something during the 10-bell salute just to still be heels, or scratching their balls or joking with each other? But then again, that's kind of offensive. So maybe have no wrestlers out there, just the main McMahon group or something like that. So that was always weird to me. It's like, I can't boo Kevin Owens. He's sitting there crying for Dusty Rhodes, and now I'm crying for Dusty Rhodes. And he doesn't look like a jerk. He looks like a pretty sweet guy. What do you want me to do? I want to hang out with him. He looks like he lives on my couch, Kevin Owens. Okay, so we do, during a tribute, there's a Ronald Reagan speech, and various wrestlers are, they're giving the Reagan speech, but they're intertwined with Reagan. I got nothing there. We have the opening Raw, theme to Raw, Seth Rollins is in it. They work fast. They wasted no time. Seth Rollins is already in the opening. Michael Cole welcomes us from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Very cool. Shane McMahon right away. I am sweaty. Subway, eat fresh, and don't be sweaty on camera. Michael Cole welcomes us to Monday Night Raw. Shane McMahon comes out looking like somebody's cool English teacher, and before he can say anything, out comes Stephanie McMahon looking like somebody's hot chemistry teacher. The two of them announced that SmackDown will be live on July 19th. Is that it? I think that's a Tuesday. I think we're just going Monday, Tuesday. Okay, just to ruin our lives completely. SmackDown will be live, and the New Day, the WWE Tag Team Champions, interrupt so they can show headlines of the press for SmackDown going live and compare Shane and Stephanie's shoes. And then I had a Hulu error, so I had to refresh it, and when you refresh it, it always gives you more commercials. And this one was the Bank of America, hot handy chick. She has hammers and tools, and she's kind of hot. That's the new thing in advertising. It's the obtainably hot girl. Like, Girl Next Door is huge right now. Where, you give the guy who thinks he has a shot. It's not like Hot Girl sells hamburger, beer commercial, fancy car. Now, it's obtainably kind of hot girl where maybe she looks cool, so I'd have a chance. She's got that Renee Young vibe. I'll get to her. She's on the show. The dance challenge, when it finally refreshes, there's going to be a hilarious dance challenge of Shane McMahon and the New Day. And right before the very milfy Stephanie McMahon starts to dance, which is all we wanted to see, the Vaudevillains interrupt, which makes perfect sense. That's cool. I'm happy with that. Heat on the heels, because, come on, even those booing her, this is going to be kind of hot, we're going to get erections, and blah, 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 blah. Then we cut to commercial. The same Bank of America hot chick is a very milfy episode on Monday Night Raw. She shows us a different thing with sanding shelves and going with the grain and coats of paint. I don't know what it was. And then we get back to the tag match itself, Vaudevillains and New Day. JBL was trying to say stomp a mud hole, but also that telling us a glory is a trample of unicorns. I'm a little snotty. So he mixes glory and mud hole and comes up with mud glory hole, which really just sounds... That just sounds like you're backing your anus into a hole in a public restroom stall door. Mud glory hole. He didn't think any of that through. I hope someone yelled at him. Commercial. Bank of America hot chick. Again, back to the match. There's a DQ. The club attacks. Anderson Gallows, they attack the tag team champions. And I think they're planting a seed with Big E because on Extreme Rules, he expressed some frustration with the cardboard box refrigerator time machine thing. And this time he's the one. He gets the hot tag. He does all the work. He bumps the vaudevillains. And he gets jumped because the other guys were kind of goofing a little bit. I think they're planting a seed with Big E is all I'm saying. So I'll say I told you so later. Anyone who thinks that the club was not booked well, by the way, is an idiot. They're booked fine. They got beat by the champion, but they were with the champion right away, and now they're beating up the tag champs. They're not supposed to be beating up the heels face to face. They're supposed to be kind of chicken shit bullies. They don't have to be chicken shit, but they're kind of opportunistic bullies. So I don't understand the problem there. It's like when the jock smacks the nerd's food tray down, he's not looking. The jock can beat him up anyway, chose not to. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Airbnb. Well, don't go to L.A. Live in L.A. You're going to hear that many times throughout the episode. Renee Young and the club, she interviews them, and they were angry, and they're going to do things their way. Roman Reigns enters. Never wears the belt. He drags it. He doesn't let it touch the floor like Diesel did, but he has it up. Good short promo from Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins comes out and does this weird... I don't know if this got over. Maybe it's snotty. Tell me in the comments or something like that. If he did the back and forth, didn't talk, ran away, teased it. I don't know what that was all about. They tried something new. What are you going to do? Go to commercial. Connecticut. Visit Connecticut. Definitely visit Connecticut. Zero grain dog food is very good for your dogs. And JetBlue, the pigeon. The pigeon in JetBlue wants to be treated like a person. He's a pigeon. We come back from commercial. And again, this is Hulu. Rusev is there with no entrance. Rusev does not get a Hulu entrance with the U.S. Championship. Zack Ryder comes out, and Rusev defeats Zack Ryder. Titus O'Neil, he did this on SmackDown as well. Titus O'Neil comes out, and he tells Rusev, he should fight him because he should fight him. And there's a USA chant that breaks out. Nice to finally see a chant break out when it's supposed to and be appropriate. Commercial, the Mindy Project, Mindy Kaling, the Indian girl from The Office. I said she was, I know, okay. I said her race. I'm an asshole. She's just so funny. Those improv people, they're a laugh riot. I'm just sweaty, just a sweaty mess. Balls hot in here. Speaking of hot, segue. There's a recap video of Charlotte and what she did to her father, Ric Flair, the week before. They made a big deal of this on SmackDown, which is good. I'm glad it's getting attention, so it wasn't all for like a one-off. And of everyone in the recap video, Dean Ambrose explained it best. She didn't just hurt her father, she had to humiliate him. And that's something, I love it when like a wrestler, and it takes a pro wrestler sometimes to chime in and say the 1-2 second soundbite that describes the entire episode with all the video packages and all the stuff the announcers are told to say that they can't quite get it over. A wrestler just boom like that, Why listen to the wrestlers? Jeez, what do they know? Stephanie is a baby face for a minute. I hate when they do this. She tells off Charlotte backstage, and that's that. And once again, even though it's a female wrestler, Charlotte, or Stephanie rather, no one can get one up on Stephanie. She's just, whether you're a face or a heel, you lose to Stephanie, who's not going to wrestle in the main event of a pay-per-view most of the time. I don't get it. Connecticut, visit Connecticut. If Connecticut's, breeds entertainment like logic like Stephanie McMahon, then by all means, let's hang out in Connecticut. We come back to the Hulu show. Enzo and Cass come back mid-catchphrase. I love this. On the Hulu show, they just came back with the soft, they spell it incorrectly and what have you, and everyone goes nuts. Some of the people in Wisconsin were actually aware that it was spelled incorrectly, so I was really impressed with this crowd. Enzo and Cass defeat the Dudleys. Enzo, I think it's because we were on Raw. He was wearing a leather red suit reminiscent of Eddie Murphy's Raw. Or Delirious, I don't know, correct me, stand-up comedy nerds. I should know that, but whatever. Eddie wore a lot of red leather. JetBlue, the pigeon, 30 Rock Verizon commercial. Jennifer Lopez has a children's hospital or something. We get back to the show. Ambrose, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro are yapping it up, and they make fun of Canadians, unwittingly forgetting that Sami Zayn is Canadian. a lot of weird. I mean, I know they're doing it jokingly, but a lot of weird kind of, I guess not racist, but prejudice towards Canadians. Like, oh, that Kevin Owens, but he's Canadian. Oh, Jericho is Canadian. Like, it was very funny because, I mean, no one's going to get mad about it, but it was, I kind of like what they did there. It was, they ran a little edgy, but it wasn't the end of the world. No one's going to complain, which is, you know, a whole other fight you can have in the comments if you want to. Summit Racing Equipment, hashtag share a Coke. No one's going to do that. And Airbnb, don't go to this place, live in it. We come back, the very handsome John Cena, so attractive, square jaw. You know, he looks like a cartoon from the animated Justice League. I love John Cena. I was really thankful he did a serious Memorial Day thing again because it wasn't about him enough already. There were no what chants during his Memorial Day thing. Cool, thank you. You know, you don't know sometimes these fans. He goes on about Memorial Day is the freedom to do what you want, and kind of said that troops fought and died so he could be on Raw or something. It was really weird. He talks about the Roaring 20s, which would be a more appropriate time for the vaudevillains to come out. And he mentions the Ming Dynasty, which is... the Ming Dynasty was actually a stable that almost happened in WCW when Haku was wrestling Sting for the WCW champ. That's not true, I lied. That information is false. That would have been a great name, but it didn't last. Okay, I'm a little nasal, sorry. AJ Styles comes out. His hair has gotten to the point where I thought he was wearing the hoodie. Like, serious, he's in the light with the blue light, and it's light, and he's got it down, and it's hanging. I'm like, oh, he's going to flip the hoodie. And it's just his hair. It's a shame, because really they lose out on marketing when they do that. What happened? Hoodie, I made that stupid joke. He respects John Cena. He really does. There were a lot of dual chants at this portion of the show. There was a lot of... It went on for a very long time. And finally, AJ cut it off. I'll be honest with you, I got a little bored. Like, it went on. It was cool because it was going on, but then I remembered I had to walk a pit bull. His name is Luigi. I want to put him in the picture-in-picture thing. I guess here is probably where Luigi's going to be. He's so handsome. He's all like John Cena. He's a very attractive animal. Then there's a swerve. You know, the club comes out. We think we're going to see a tag team, which I thought was cool. I was excited for that to be next week's main event or maybe tonight's surprise main event. And no, it was just a big swerve, and the three of them beat him up, and AJ turned heel. Little mixed feelings on this because it's cool for the night, but you know, is AJ on the mic gonna carry through as an effective heel? I don't know. And can they even get everybody to boo him loudly on TV is another thing too. I mean, Seth Rollins, look at what's going on there. Also, his style is very similar to Seth Rollins, and you got two heels who are kind of working like that. It's hard enough for one guy to do it. I mean, they're both talented enough to pull it off, but I mean, it's holy Jesus. Maybe it's not a good time to have Kevin Owens getting pinned. We'll get to that later. I mentioned a Pitbull. Drive a Fiat. Get your video games from Gamefly.com, and 30 Rock wants you to sign up for Verizon. We come back. Jericho is now pretending he doesn't get along with Kevin Owens, and The Miz. Jericho, he's doing the whole gimmick of people he's had on his podcast, so he's going to pretend they don't get along. They totally do. I mean, him and Owens were very funny together with their back and forth. You better watch it. Watch what? It. And it's very comical, but it was almost too easy. Airbnb, Gamefly once again. I'll get to the 6-man tag. I didn't realize this was the main event. I'm glad it was, because it should have been. No entrance. Are they on Hulu and it's 6 people? That makes sense. Dean Ambrose clearly says, Alberto has Cesaro in a chinlock. Dean Ambrose clearly says, come on, Claudio, very loudly during the Alberto chinlock very early on. And another part where Alberto and Cesaro are going at it, I think Alberto's attempting a vertical suplex, if you will. See? Working the left. I know my shit. He's got him in a suplex. And JBL mentioned Roddy Piper and Adrian Adonis because this show wasn't kind of sad and depressing enough with enough death on it. A lot of the new chant of "Stupid Idiot" has broken out, and that was entertaining. What happened to my computer? Ignore it. Stupid Idiot chants are flying high. There was another chant I couldn't make out after the Stupid Idiot. It sounded like "We want butt sex." I'm not kidding. That's what it sounded like. I don't know what the chant was. It sounded like "We want butt sex." I try to keep this thing funny and light and everything, but here's the thing. Internet fans, modern day fans, Let's be honest. Who's not an internet fan? The internet is the world. Fans today expect so much of the wrestlers already. You just saw 8 days prior Chris Jericho at his age and everything else going through the thumbtacks and all these don't try this at homes and we want tables and we want blood and and yada yada yada. You can't, as in a PG era, you can't expect 6 top talented guys like that to do that to one another on live TV. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. We want butt sex. They're not going to do that. They're going to do the match, and if you don't like it, change the channel. If you want to see 2 guys have butt sex, I don't have a problem with guys having butt sex. But what sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror. Is all I'm saying. All right, that's my soapbox for today. There's a big dive by Sami Zayn. I think there would be a lot less commercial breaks in the program if babyfaces stopped doing dives over the top rope. Because we go to a commercial right afterwards. Jet Blue the Pigeon. You got to do that. What the fuck is going on outside? Whatever. I'll worry about it later. 6-man main event is really, really good. Nothing else to say about it going on there. Somebody's home. And what was omitted? I'm going to do this at the end of these things. Omitted from Hulu. All the women's stuff got taken out of the Hulu show. So that shows you where they are in the totem pole. They did the recap, and they made sure to get Stephanie in there, but they took out the women. And I don't know. You can tell me in the comments if what those matches were. I'm not going to look it up online. It's a pain in the ass to watch those extra videos online. By the way, it takes 3 minutes to watch a minute and a half of just the finish and some horse shit. And I don't know if Golden Truth was on the show or not. Okay, that is the episode. I'm going to open my window. I'm going to do my DDP yoga. Bang. And that's all. Come back next week. Have racist fights in the comment section, please. I'm Bob. Bye-bye.